land. You get it? And then these mineral resources had become source of wealth to us. But today we are going to be going intensively deep. There are three major source of wealth. I call it major. We have other means, but I call it major because that is what our forefathers used, Abraham to be precise. What are these three major source of wealth? The first one is land. Someone will say, why did she say land? Yes, land. When you have land, you have wealth. Land. And what is in land? And what is at the top of land? I'm going to break it up. When you say land, we all know that people buy and sell land and it's a source of income. And then when you say what is in land, these are our mineral resources, water, what have you. Now when you talk about what is at the top of the land, that is where we are now, which is where we'll be dealing on. We have trees, we have grasses, we have everything, and we have your animals all seated at the top of the land. Now today we'll be looking straight up into a major thing, which is livestock farming. Alright, livestock farming. And when we are asked, what is livestock farming? We do it. Our mothers do it. And we sometimes consider it as a cage. But I tell you, that is where the oil wealth lies. And I pray that Nigeria will start seeing the benefits of livestock farming and putting their effort in it. God help us. Alright, livestock farming is mainly keeping your domesticated animal, your domestic animals. And I'm going to mention but a few. We have your sheep, you have your goats, which I am specifically specialized on. You have your chickens, which is the poultry, and I am specialized in the local ones. I don't do the broiler and what have you. And I'm going to tell you the reason. Today you will know. Now you have your snails. We call these the micro source of livestock. They are minor, but then they have a massive wealth when you want to use that to make money. But then I want you to key into something, and that's the first thing before you enter into any kind of farming at all. Ensure that you first of all tell yourself, I will be patient. Yes, farming is not a job for the lazy person. It's not a job that you do, you just start expecting money so quickly. And I will tell you the categories. For those that are interested in going into livestock farming, but they want quick cash, we have two categories of livestock farming. All right, two categories of livestock farming. The first one, I'm hearing noises. We're supposed to be jotting. This is a very important information, please. Thank you. Now, the first one that I'll be giving you out is investment. And that is where majority of us will exercise. We exercise on the investment farming. And that is why when we start investment, it takes us a long time before we can acquire money, we think it is not a good business. No, it is called investment. I will explain. We have livestock business. It is being categorized into what I have mentioned, which is the animal husbandry, which is your poultry, and which is also your snails. All of them have livestock business, livestock investment, the three of them. Now I will break it down. When we talk about livestock business is a kind of business where you go to those that are into the farming. Mr. Lagbaja, you are farming goats, and you want to specialize in goats. You have to concentrate. Now you have the list of names of people that are into goat farming. Some other people go to the north, but for us that are scared to go to the north because of what is happening over there, You can list, you have a booklet, you list people because you have to walk around. You check your neighbors. Mama Labaja, she's into goat farming. You note her down and then you start collecting their numbers. Now, in their numbers, you start calling them. I need so goats. I need goats. They will start selling to you. Now, you, as the person that is into the livestock business, you resell. I hope you are understanding me. You resell what you have bought from these people. Let's say you buy for 20,000, you are going to resell again, let's say for 25,000. And note, in livestock farming, just like I told you, it is something that is in the land and they are all very appreciative. I'll give you an insight. If you have goats now and you keep it, you buy these goats today for the worth of 20,000. Tomorrow, give that goat 1 month. Of course, the goat will be growing. So the goat's worth is no longer 20,000. Go to any market anywhere. You are going to get an addition of 10,000 in a month. This is not unrealistic because it is what I've tried over the years. All right. Now, when we talk about the investment plan is where you now get these animals, you keep them and start breeding them. All right. I don't know if we have my videos there. Okay. All right. Now you keep these animals and start breeding them. Now you breed them. Your capital is their offspring. The babies that they give you is your capital. So you have to be very careful in managing their kids. Now, in this type of business, why a lot of people always run away from investment? Because, first of all, there are a lot of things involved. That is where I will be taking you to the things you need to be able to start up your livestock farming. What do you need? You need your land. That is the first thing. You need your land. If you don't have land, please get one. If you are interested in livestock farming and you feel like you want to really do it, do not think that you can do it in a rented compound. They will kill your career. Get a land, even if it is half plots, you can demarcate it and start small and grow big. I remember when I started this livestock farming, I started with a number of 4. All right, I started with a number of 4, and so many people were like, and when I call my animals, people will like, look at this woman here, that's what they call me here. So they will say, she calls her animal, you know, if my video is there, maybe sometimes you will see the way I call my animals, and they hear me. They hear me when I call them. And a lot of people will say, is this woman not shy? In business, especially livestock farming, they call it dirty business, but it's not dirty, except you don't know what you know. It is looking dirty because maybe the feces or the smell of the animals, but I tell you, the money inside will not make you remember how dirty it is. But first thing, get a land, and not just getting a land. Look for a place where people are living there, not for residents. Please note this one, it's very important. I have made that mistake and I have corrected it. I got the first land in where I stay now, but now it's a residential area. People are coming in, they are chasing us out because they feel the smell of the feces is no longer, conducive for them. So make sure wherever you want to get your land, especially for livestock farming, please, especially for animal husbandry and poultry, these two, you need to get a land where people are living at the outskirts, and go and confirm. Yes, if you register your name, they will tell you places you have to stay. Okay, this place is not a residential area, they will tell you. And lands over there are very cheap. You can get as low as 250 thereabouts, and then you can stay there. The thing there is some people are scared to stay in the bush. My brother, there is money inside the bush. Okay, now when you get your land, first, the second thing you will do, you will fence your land. Someone out there will tell me, how do you tell me fencing? Fencing is so expensive. I tell you, those that are my mentors, they taught me well. that you have to go with the lowest minimum. We have everything, especially in our country, Nigeria, but we don't. And most importantly, because of pride, hope my voice is audible. Maybe because of pride, we feel that it is local. Then, you can as well learn how to inject these animals, how to treat them. Alright, so you need the knowledge on how to treat the animal. This is not something we can do in a day. Okay, that aside, just like your poultry, you also need to know that you vaccine goats, sheep, and cows. You do. You must vaccine them. Why do we vaccine them? Because you don't want to continue to treat about, let's say you have about 100 goats, for instance. They all fall sick at the same time. And then you start treating 100 at the same time, you will faint. But if you vaccine this animal, the vaccines are even cheaper than you treating them. If you vaccine them, you are free for 6 months of their diseases, of inhaling anything. Now, I tell you, some people will say, in farming, I've been doing it, I have 4 goats, they are not dying, they don't even need drugs. I will tell you, it is because you have just 4. And thank God I work in the correctional, and that is what built my morale, that is what built my intellectual ability on how to log goats, because I learned it on how to log human. Yes. So now, what does that mean? You will confirm with me that when you have 3 people in a room, when somebody, your child, is suffering from malaria, it goes like that. Everybody is down with malaria at a spot. The same thing applicable to your goat farming. So imagine you have about 50 to 100, the whole 100 will be sick at the same time. But when you vaccine them, we have animals that have chopper immune. Before they can inhale those diseases, they will last maybe up to 1 month. By then you've treated. Then we have talked about the vaccine. I'm trying to watch the time. Now we are going for the quarantine. Someone will say, what is quarantine doing here now? They are living things. The same thing you do for yourself, you do for them. They have quarantine units. And your quarantine is not just quarantine from here to here. No. You are going to quarantine from here up to even, where is MTN office? That is how far it is. Now, if you don't have land, I will tell you how to manage it. What we do when we don't have land, we build a raised pen. We raise the pen because it is understood that when you leave something up, the inhaling will go that way. So you have a ground pen, and your animals, 1 of them or 3 of them are sick. Then you take the rest, you take the sick one to a raised pen. So he will be inhaling himself there, breathing all by himself there. So if there are 3, you can just put them together and treat them. You will find out that before you finish the 3, these ones will not contact any infection or diseases. Now, what are the causes of these diseases? I will not go deep, like deep, because you will not understand. But I will say it in our local way, so for you to get it clearly. Now, you know the urine of your goats. We are still in livestock. We have not entered poultry. You know the urine of your goats. The urine is so high in smell that it can cause diseases. We call it ammonic gas. When they inhale this ammonic acid, before you know it, most of them start suffering from PPR. There's a disease called PPR. You see the catarrh in their nose, very puffy like that. If you have been into animal rearing, you will see very lumpy catarrh. This thing has to be vaccinated. If you have vaccinated it, you will not face it. But when you don't vaccinate it, you will face it. But then it is treatable. It is treatable. 50, I will not say 70%. Why? Because it depends on the farmer. If you are a farmer that you are not